Teachers, what is the biggest holy crap red flag of any kind you've seen from a student? NSFW. I've answered once here, but I had managed to push this other student out of my brain. Let's call him Brian. Brian was a 6th grader. Brian was, on first glance, a classic case of look at me disease. He constantly needed to be the center of attention, he needed to be liked, but he was also very sensitive. He had been in my class for about 2 weeks when he first broke down crying during a lesson. I pulled him aside to talk privately and asked him what was the matter. "Mr. Bones, these other kids just don't understand. I'm not trying to be annoying. I've had a hard life. And this just make fun of me without knowing what I've been through." He said all of this through big wet tears. I really felt for the kid and tried to make him feel better. He continued, "When I was in 1st grade, I saw my younger sister get shot in a drive-by. It happened right in front of me. It was so awful." And then just full body heaving sobs. This was literally my first month of teaching. I wasn't prepared for this, but tried to do my best for the kid. I had someone from the office come get him, and in my free period following the class, I called his mother. The way she responded with such nonchalance chilled me to the bone. "Mr. Bones. My son, Brian, lies like a rug. He is an only child. He's only ever been an only child." I'm thinking to myself, wait. What the F? "But what about the tears?" I asked her. She said when my son was 2 years old, he'd sit in front of the mirror and make himself cry. He'd practice it over and over and I would tell him to stop it, because he was scaring me. I just didn't even know how to respond to that. I can't even remember how we wrapped up the conversation. The next day Brian starts crying again in class. I pulled him out and I told him about the conversation I had with his mother. He raised his head up, his face stained with tears, and he has the biggest smile on his face as if you told him we were going to stop at McDonald's on the way home. Not elated. Not benign. Just pure waxy face nightmare fuel. Since that day I pegged him to become one of those kind of serial alivers who burns through a ton of different identities. I actually came across some social media posts years after the fact. He's a drug dealer now, so I guess that's better than face-eating Dahmer?